The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League is on the air. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals, proudly brings to you IR05's live from the Las Vegas International Speedway, Las Vegas, Nevada iRacing version. Season 3, round number 2. This broadcast also being brought to you by Hanover, TD Adams Motorsports, proudly sponsored by the Disabled American Veterans. Disabled American Veterans, an all-volunteer fleet of non-critical medical transport for America's veterans. On more information on how you can get involved, go to dav.org. David Llewellyn and the DHL Express. Robert Lacavara and Convergent Composites. Joe Morganti and the Lugnuts Hub. Mr. Hoot Baker. With promotional consideration paid for by Motorsports Graphic Designs. For all your in-sim graphical needs, you got something going through your mind, you want to see it on your race car, give Tyler Graff a shout. Tyler, I want this on my car. Motorsports Graphic Designs. Round number 2 of Season 3 of the IR05 Indy Speedway League, brought to you by RobertsTechJobs.com. We cannot thank Bill Roberts enough for all the support he's given this league. And moving forward, he has agreed to sign on for all of the 2018 seasons, championship chases, what have you. So, Hot Lap's currently underway, getting ready to wind on down right now. Currently sitting atop the leaderboard, some of the usual suspects. David Llewellyn going at 25.329. 15 thousandths of a second back. You've got the rookie Brendan Graham. Sitting third quick currently is Ronnie Osmer, Creighton Carter, Tyler Graff rounding out the top 5. Forrest Sparks, Bob Lacavara, Johnny Antonucci, Dylan Lucas, and Tristan Anderson finishing up your top 10. A few new names with us tonight. A few names that I have not seen before and not sure really what's going on because there was very little communicated to the competition committee. So Nate Dean over in the race control booth. Nate, how you doing? So qualifying, getting ready to crank off right now. Cars making their way out onto the track. We're going to bring the standings up on the screen so y'all can follow along. For those of you who missed it last week, one just action-packed race. We saw cars clearing the flag stand. We saw Josh Vincent went on one of the wildest rides I've ever seen this side of an iRacing glitch breakdance. So, I mean, that was just completely wild is about the only way I can describe that. So, time's getting ready to start to trickle in here. There we go. First couple of times coming in. Tristan Anderson going quick time so far, 25.877. Tom Chisholm, another new name. Haven't seen much from Tom yet, so Tom was with us at Daytona. Dylan Lucas jumping up to the top of the leaderboard. Mike Whitaker. Tristan Anderson coming back into a third quick. New name, Not even going to try to pronounce it, Jay. Get with me after the race if you want to give me a good Dubuque is what I'm going with tonight. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. And, like I've mentioned before, a lot of these names I've never seen before. So going to be interesting to see what happens here at Vegas. 100 laps, the scheduled distance when we do go live. So Mike Whitaker going quick time so far, 25.594. Good grief, Mike, leave some on the table. 25 thousandths of a second quicker. 20 thousandths of a second quicker than David Llewellyn. So a couple of the usual suspects sitting at the top of the leaderboard right now. Forrest Sparks cranking off a top 5 qualifying time. Big shocker there, Chris Parkland going to the top of the leaderboard. 25.560. Just blistering one. One of the names that has not gotten a good lap in yet. Why am I not seeing him? Gary Bowers still getting up to speed, so expect some heroics from Gary. As he jumps up to third quick. Gonna say he's still on a flyer though, so I don't think Gary's done quite yet. Still Parkman sitting at the top of the leaderboard. Bauer cranking off one final lap here. Chisholm goes 5th quick. Ray Zerkett jumping up to the 6th spot. Quentin Young going to 9th. Tyler Vickery, the rookie, going 10th quick. The Iceman, Mike Erder, cranking off an 11th quick time, so that's a pretty decent qualifying run for Mike. As we got right around a minute left before we throw it down to the pre-race drivers meeting. Not sure who's going to be in control of that one tonight because league owner Alex Green had a previous commitment that he had to get to. As looks like that's gonna about do it for cars that are going to take time. Jason Coburn not taking time. Chris Bouchard, Brandon Graham, Nate Dean over in the broadcast booth. Josh Vincent not taking time. David Bowden, Seth Rawls. Let's see what else we have here. Layla Wilson also not taking time. So a lot of the rookies choosing to start in the back tonight. Something that we see semi-regularly. So let's go to the pre-race drivers meeting and see what's going on there.
Tonight. Good to see so many cars out there, 39 cars now. Just remember to keep it safe. This is it's a smaller track than Daytona and it's a lot more technical, so we need to just keep it safe out there and try and keep the cautions to a minimal. Other than that, I'll hand it over to Nate or Tony to do the rules and everything. So yeah, take it away.
Thanks, Sam. Just real quick, guys. Please call your pit before you exit turn 2 on the lap you plan on pitting. Please be on the apron going into 3. Again, blend coming out of turn 2. Just like we did at Daytona, please try to stay below the line. The only time you need to be on the apron is if you're pitting or trying to avoid a wreck. Please do not use the apron on the front straightaway. Anyone caught doing so in competition, you're going to be sitting for a lap. Other than that, please just remember that it is a long race. Try to have some fun out there and just use your heads. That's all we really ask right now.
did you say don't cut the apron? It's cut out.
Yeah, leave the apron alone at all times during the race. If you are found to be on the apron, and at any point during this race, you will be parked for a lap.
What if you're avoiding an accident?
Then that's fine. But if you are on the apron to try and pass somebody, then that's a no-no.
Yeah, there are common sense exceptions.
Yeah, entering and exiting the pits or avoiding a wreck are the only 3 times you should be on the apron.
So when you're going in the pit under caution, you have to come in on turn 3?
Under caution, no. Under green, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And because it came up on Sunday, just remember not to fake pit.
Yeah, no fake pitting, no scrubbing tires. Please stay as far right as you can. Try to stay as close to the grass line as you can on pit road, unless you're actually pulling into your pit stall. If you're on the left of another car and there's contact, whoever's on the left is going to be found at fault.
Also, guys, remember, coming out of the pits in this car with these tires, it's slickery, so don't stop coming out of the pit, tippy-toe.
Squeeze the throttle, don't push the throttle.
And don't put a car in Terry's face.
I'll give $1 to somebody who puts a car in Terry's face. Just kidding. No, don't do that.
I can't promise anything, but I'm going to try. I want that $1, damn it. I made races without one to the face. Let's keep a streak going, all right?
It's not like me last year in the, 5 races in a row where I ended up in the fence.
True story.
Again, that's the reason I dropped out of the 05s last year. My face couldn't take any more hits.
But getting back to seriousness, folks, just try to remember this is a long race. You can't win it on the first lap, but you sure as hell can lose it. And please remember the new rules are in effect. If you cause a wreck and there's others involved, there's gonna be penalties for doing so. Either point penalties post race, if no caution comes out, or if a caution does come out, you're going to be put behind wherever they are or wherever they end up.
I know how that works. I got dinged for 14 points.
But yeah, just remember, try to keep it cool. On let's try to get some laps under our belts. It's a long race, plenty of time to race it out towards the end, but just try to give each other some room.
All right, so I just want to point out I've heard 5 different rules in the last 3 days and never saw any posting saying what any of the new rules are. So after this race, if someone from the committee can post all the new rules outside of the team rules, it'd be appreciated.
Yeah, that would be nice. What gear are we starting in here? If it's already been said, sorry, I was doing other things.
All right, so car's starting to grid up right now. Let's see who we've got here. Whitaker and Parkman up on the front row. So let's go there. And we're going to bring the standings down before I forget. Would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So cars starting to grid up as we speak. We'll give you the rundown of who's starting where in a moment here, as soon as my mouse decides it wants to work again. So front row, going to be Chris Parkman up on point, Mike Whitaker starting on the outside. Second row, Gary Bauer and David Llewellyn. So 4 of the old guard sitting on the first 2 rows. Then we got the rookie Mike Chisholm joined with one of the, again, old guards, Ray Zirkett. And that's row 3. Row 4 goes to Forrest Sparks and Greg Napier. Quentin Young and Tyler Lugo Vickery are going to make up row number 5. Row 6, Mike the Iceman Erder and Ronnie Magic Shoes Osmer, making up row number 6. Row 7, Chris Hamilton and Kevin Paskowicz. Paskowicz in the 12 tonight, not the 7 as he normally is. We'll get more to that possibly later. Tristan Anderson and Isaiah Dupree making up row number 8. Johnny Antonucci and looks like Brett Wall's going to be row number 9. Row 10, Tyler Graff and Bob Lacabara. Leonardo Moriara. I hope I pronounced that right. I do apologize if I didn't. That's going to be... he's going to be joined with John Napier in row 11. Row 12, Cody Eldred and Mark Mitchell. Dylan Lucas, Creighton Carter, David Gervais, Jay Dubuque, T.D. Adams, Danny Lawson, Joe Morganti, Bill Roberts, Chris Bouchard, and David Bowden, rounding out the lineup that I have. 38 cars scheduled to go off in this one. Pace car is in. Parkman holding them back. A little bit of a checkup on the outside line. And Parkman drops the hammer, and we are live. Whitaker getting it. That didn't take long. So let's see who was involved in that one. Looks like Layla Wilson missing her nose wing. So let's go back and take a look at what did take place on the start with Wilson. She had help. Looks like 21 of Bill Roberts involved in that one. So let's go back and see what happened with Bill. Bill had a lot of help. So it looks like David Bowden just ran over Bill Roberts and wadded the field. And it looks like Bowden has disconnected. No, he's just blinking. So Bill Roberts' nose wing completely messed up. Layla Wilson limping it around to pits right now as the field's starting to get strung out. 39 cars taking the green. So that's definitely something to write home about. You know, at a track that's not Talladega or Daytona. Gosh darn this mouse. There we go. That works a little bit better. Apparently the optic was jacked up. So there you see Parkman. And you see the tail end of the field. So there's Graham, Wilson, Bouchard, Quentin Young, Josh Vincent, Cody Eldred, Creighton Carter, all looking for waiver rounds right now. Because that got very ugly very quickly. And tonight's Heartburn brought to you by Hoffman Hot Dogs. A Syracuse, New York staple for quite a few years. I love them, they hate me. So that's how that works. So we're taking a look right now. You see Graham and Wilson right there waiting to. This is it's.
Race in the league.
Yeah, so I mean, I was missing the wreck, so I can't really do anything. I didn't want to pass at all.
You know, just like the apron rule, circumstances are taken into consideration. If you pass before the start-finish line because everybody checks up, trying to avoid a rear-end collision, we won't penalize you for that. We do understand the circumstances. We're worried about people jumping the start, and that's what we're going to penalize.
Again, like I said before the race starts, common sense exceptions there are. To the green, Tyler.
Yeah, it's not complicated, guys. We're not trying to be dicks about this. We really want to race, and we're trying to get off on a start without piling up on the start. We really need to watch what we're doing here. Like Tony said, you can't win the race on the first lap, so stop trying to jump the start.
I don't know who that is, right?
I think that was Mike yelling, so you guys calm down.
And just so you guys are aware, the 98 is missing a nose wing. So just as a heads up, just be careful around the 98. There is no nose wing on that car. So, looks like wave around is going to be coming this time across the stripe as Parkman and Whitaker sitting mired in traffic. Wilson gonna try to tough it out. So field starting to form up 2 by 2. Parkman, Whitaker, Bauer, Chisholm, Llewellyn, Sparks, Zerkit, Erder, Greg Napier, and Tyler Vickery rounding out your top 10 right now. As the field moves its way down the back straightaway. Gary Bauer in yet another new paint scheme. Looks like that may be Jack Daniels Honey. Jim Beam. No, that is Jack Daniels. I stand corrected. So, yes, another Jack Daniels, looks like reserve barrel paint scheme on that car tonight. So, good on you, Gary, for keeping me on my toes. Pace car getting ready to duck on off as they make their way through the 3-4 complex. And the field's going to be in Chris Parkman's hands. He holds him back, holds him back, holds him back.
Green, green, green.
Green flag comes out, and Parkman pulls the trigger. And Bauer goes with him. Bauer side by side with Whitaker as they go through the rest of the tri-oval. Down into turn number 1, Bauer on the low line, Whitaker on the high line. That's your battle for second right now. Parkman half a second up the road. Here comes Llewellyn on the inside as well. So Parkman, Bauer, Llewellyn, Whitaker, Zerkit rounding out your top 5 right now. Top 5 starting to put a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field. Looks like we've got a 7-car breakaway. Whitaker still hung out there to dry on the high side. Working side by side with Greg Napier right now. Napier on the low side. As Zerkit gets by. Whitaker just biding his time right now, folks, so don't worry about the world's fastest hippie. And there it goes. No idea why there was a slow car on the apron. Let's see who that was. Greg Napier involved. Looks like it may have been Bill Roberts. Yes, it was. What happened to Bill? You see Bill coming through the 3-4 complex now, going into the tri-oval. And that car's damaged. It's straight up just not up to speed. He was trying to get out of the way and just there was over 100-mile-an-hour difference at the time. And the cars behind him just had absolutely nowhere to go. So, tough break for series sponsor Bill Roberts there. Having a real rough start to this one at Vegas. If I was a gambling man, though, and I'm not, but if I were, I would say don't count Bill out yet, because there's still plenty of time for him to get some laps back, and we can get going back at this. So the one that definitely is going to be counting their blessings right now is Layla Wilson. That's going to give her a chance to get that PH Aware the Mighty number 98 fix, because that thing looks like it was in the Mayweather fight the other night, and just it lost. That car is tweaked. Good grief! How she was able to keep up to speed, I have absolutely no idea. So definitely a trained driver there. Wilson with a ton of experience in iRacing, and it's weird for me to call her a rookie in only. It's semantics at this point, because she has probably more iRacing experience than anyone else in this field. An iRacing member since 2011. So caution out again, working lap 10 of 134. Parkman, Bauer, Llewellyn, Zerkit, Whitaker, Chisholm, Sparks, Lugo Vickery, Paskowicz up to 9th, and Ronnie Osmer up to 10th. So a little bit of movement there. Good to see Forrest Sparks up in the top 10. Forrest, let's go take a look at Forrest's car here. Rocking the UVA colors. University of Virginia colors on that number 61. So good to see that. And there you see a couple of teammates. You got Tyler Lugo Vickery running for Evolution Motorsports. His teammate Ronnie Osmer there in the 55. You see him. And then they're with a driver that they teamed with at a couple of the endurance races that just recently passed. I believe it was the 6 Hours of the Glen, where they teamed with Kevin Paskowicz's PH Aware the Mighty sponsored cars. So it was the phenomenal Evolution Motorsports teams that actually ended up finishing 3rd and 4th respectively in some 6 Hours of the Glen action just last month. So don't be surprised if those three cars start to work together a little bit. And Chris Hamilton back with the crew. Mike the Iceman Erder running for Team Booze Brothers. And Tristan Anderson running the Tim Horton Special A. So it looks like the lights are out on the pace cars. The field's starting to form up 2 by 2. So Parkman and Bauer, two of the usual suspects. It seems like just about every race you see Parkman, Bauer, and Llewellyn right up at the front in the mix most of the race. And you know, there are three drivers that it's either bring me the trophy or bring me the steering wheel. And Parkman, I want to point out, is currently the winningest driver in ISL history. Strung 7 of them together last season, and then had to miss the chase due to personal reasons. Hopefully, he'll be able to pick up right where he left off, and you know, I'd love to see him and the young gunner Ronnie Osmer really battle it out, you know, for the victory. So, pace car getting ready to duck on and off as they make their way through the exit of the 3-4 complex. And the field is now in Parkman's hands.
Green flag, green flag.
Parkman pulls the trigger. Everybody goes with him. Decent start so far towards the front of the field. 3 wide as they exit the trial. Well, David Llewellyn getting a great jump. Ray Zerkett going side by side with Gary Bauer through 1 and 2. That's your battle for third. Here comes Whitaker on the inside, right behind Gary Bauer. Those two have worked together quite a bit in the past. So the 3 of the old guard, actually 5 of the old guard, if you will, with Parkman, Llewellyn, Bauer, and Whitaker, who all were with us during season 1 of the IR05s from basically race 1. So Parkman continuing to show the way. Llewellyn, Bauer, and Whitaker starting to put some distance on Ray Zerkett. Zerkett's starting to drop back just a little bit off of Whitaker's transmission tunnel. As we are working lap 15 of 134. Parkman running that preferred line way down low. He's got to deal with David Llewellyn right now. Llewellyn not afraid to go to the high side, though he does prefer the low side, and he does go to the high side right there going through the tri-oval. Parkman leads it across the stripe. Bauer going with Llewellyn. The two Team Booz Brothers teammates working together right now, trying to figure out how to get past Parkman on the high side. And it's going to take everything that they've got, as that was Greg, I think, that just went hard right or hard left coming off of turn 2. Why do I not see Greg? Yep, that was Greg Napier. Let's back that up and see what happened there. Or I'm wrong. I might possibly be wrong. It's Tom Chisholm going for a ride on the back straightaway. Did he have help? Here we are going through 1 and 2. This is Chisholm. Just catches the apron on turn exit and pancakes the inside wall. Stays off the racing line. No yellow coming out. Parkman continues to show the way right now, though, as we're going to go back live. And he has a very hungry David Llewellyn on the high side. Llewellyn and Bauer working together. You saw them work together at Daytona. Didn't work out so well at Daytona, but this is a completely different beast. All 3 of those guys had podium finishes the last couple of times we've been here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Llewellyn side by side. Parkman just catching the apron just a tick going into 3. Able to keep it pointed in the right direction, though. And we are going to... I don't like that fence. So we are going to change which camera we're using. Working their way down the back straightaway again. Let's go on board a lap with Parkman. Actually, you know what? We're going to go on board with defending DW12 champion Mike Whitaker. So here you see Parkman, Llewellyn, and Bauer right in front of Whitaker, and see a little bit of shake in that wheel. This track is not as smooth as it appears once you get into it. Mike fighting the wheel a little bit through the 3-4 complex. Here we go through the tri-oval, picking up turn 1. Keeping it down low, letting it run a little bit through the tri-oval to get a good entry into 1. Keeping about half a tire width off that white line, trying to pick up the draft from Gary Bauer. Goes to the inside going into 3, gets a good spot. And it just happens that quick. Less than half a second for for these cars to get all the way around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And so we are back with the overhead shots now as we watch Llewellyn and Parkman still working on each other. Yellow flag comes out. Let's see what happened there. Looks like Sam Cooper Bennett in the British Racing Green version of the PH Aware the Mighty sponsored car. You see Sam going on the high side there, going through 3. Little bit of contact, eats the wall. Layla Wilson avoids him, and then transmission tunnel as Sam loops it right in front of Quentin Young. And Sam wasting no time getting that car back to pit road. Either he's blinking or I'm blinking, and I'm not sure which yet. Didn't look like there was contact there. Let's go back and take a look at that. He goes to the high side of John Napier. So, didn't look like there was actual contact. So, just going to chalk that up to trying to give everybody room. Car's trying to get low to get into the pits. Cooper Bennett 3 laps down currently. Got caught up in that early melee. And it looks like David Llewellyn staying out. So Llewellyn stays out. Mark Mitchell pitted under the first caution, comes back out. Chris Parkman winning the race off pit road comes out in 3rd. And I dare say there's probably some unhappy drivers right now behind Llewellyn and Mitchell. 26 laps into their stint right now. Llewellyn getting that 1 bonus point for leading a lap. Now they come down pit road. Looks like the 02 is with them. That is Seth Rawls, the rookie. The 3rd member of Evolution Motorsports. That's going to hand the lead of the race back over to Chris Parkman. Greg Napier in front of him, blinking a little bit. Not sure who's parked on the apron, but so while we are here, I'm going to take this moment to remind you are watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions. Attempt to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, get a hold of RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. And Greg Napier still blinking a little bit there. Looks like a lot of cars are blinking right now, and I'm not sure exactly why. Actually, both Napiers are blinking profusely right now. Lights go out on the pace car. Napier gets the wave around. So Parkman, Bauer, Whitaker, Zerkit, Paskowicz, Lugo, Vickery, Dupree, Osmer, Graf, and Tristan Anderson rounding out your top 10. As the field works its way through the 3-4 complex right now.
Green flag.
As Parkman pulls the trigger, the field goes with him. Gary Bauer not getting the jump he needed. Mike Whitaker pulling to the inside as they go through turn 1. Whitaker going to get the clear. Bauer looks like he may have just let him go. Paskowicz thinking about going to the inside of Zerkit, thinking better of it, knowing that there's not quite a full car width there. Currently watching your battle for second start to heat up. A lot of shuffling going on towards the back of the pack. Looks like Tristan Anderson has his hands completely full right now with Tyler Graf and Forrest Sparks. And Triple Crown winner from last season, Isaiah Dupree, is in an Evolution Motorsports sandwich right now. As he's got the rookie Lugo Vickery in front of him and Ronnie Osmer right behind him. And Osmer's got to deal with Graf right now. As we see Bill Roberts bringing it out of the pits. And that's Whitaker going to the high side. Let's see what's going on there. Got the draft right now off of Parkman.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And what happened? David Llewellyn. What took place there? Looks like he may have had a lot of help. Let's go to a chase cam on that one and see if we can't tell what took place. So it looks like Bill Roberts coming up on the track. Terry Adams having no place to go. Just annihilated David Llewellyn inadvertently. He was just trying to avoid running over Bill Roberts, who was trying to blend into the racing line. So it's going to be a tough break for the 11. Before the race, we did mention Motorsports Graphic Designs and Tyler Graf. You see one of the cars he did paint there, the NLR of the 77. He also painted the Tim Horton Special of Tristan Anderson, a few other cars throughout the field, which we'll point out when we find them. And there is Joe Morganti, owner of the Lugnuts Hub. Carrying the sponsor of the app that John Napier is working on, the Stock Car Manager. For more information on that, you can go to their Facebook page, I believe. It's an app coming out to you can be Rick Hendrick, and it's basically the grasp that I got off of it is it gives you a chance to build your own stock car racing empire. So definitely something to take a look at. And as soon as I get a little extra money, I do plan on throwing some support to that, because I think it's a great idea for an app. Good on you, John. Almost done with the beta, getting ready to come out in beta, I believe. So for more information on that app that's getting ready to come out, again, you can visit their Facebook page, Stock Car Manager. And you see the rookie Brendan Graham driving the other PH Aware car. There's Johnny Antonucci driving for Hum. Bob Lacavara's Convergent Composites. You got Jason Colburn driving the 5th PH Aware The Mighty car tonight. So 5 phenomenal motorsports cars in the field. Bouchard being the part-time driver. And there's Josh Vincent, who, if you were with us at Indy, you remember Josh took one hell of a ride. I don't think I've seen an Indy car catch that much air before. Then we've got Creighton Carter, again driving another MGD NLR car. Cody Eldred, I'm not sure if I'm seeing the right paint scheme on Cody's car. Trading Paints is not playing nice with me tonight, so I do apologize, Cody, if I'm not seeing the right car there. David Gervais behind him in the DuPont paint scheme. Mark Mitchell driving the Penske 42. And we go all the way back to Quentin Young. We saw T.D. Adams there running a couple laps down. Looks like Sam Cooper Bennett running a couple laps down. Greg Napier directly behind him. And there's Tom Chisholm, who we saw go on a wild ride there as he got collected with David Llewellyn. And there's Layla Wilson getting her PH The Mighty car fixed. Currently running 27th, but running cleanly so far after that first lap melee that she was caught up in. So the field's starting to form up 2 by 2. We're working our way through the 1-2 complex, it looks like. No, I take that back. That's a 3-4 complex. As Parkman in that Monster Energy number 20 going to be in control of the field again. And Parkman pulls the trigger just as the green comes out. Whitaker getting a pretty decent jump on the high side. Gary Bauer giving him plenty of room on the low side. Here comes Ray Zirkett. Zirkett and Bauer almost banging wheels there going into 1. Pasquich right on the trans tunnel of Bauer right now. That's your battle for second right there. Whitaker sits in second, Bauer third. Ray Zirkett third, Bauer fourth, and Pasquich in 5th. As you see Parkman just at the tail right there, you see Parkman flash way up there on the screen. Currently a quarter of a second to the good and gaining. Whitaker starts to reel him in, gets the draft. Whitaker with a run right now. About a 3-mile-an-hour difference. Is it going to be enough to get him by on the high side? We're about to find out. Whitaker given plenty of room going into 1. Drops back down. Looking maybe to cross him over. Not necessarily, though. Parkman, Whitaker, Zerkit, Bauer, Paskowitz, your top 5 starting to... I stand corrected. Isaiah Dupree right with them. Paskowitz and Bauer side by side into turn number 1. That's your battle for 4th. Ray Zerkit in the mix as well. That's in 3rd. As Bauer and Zerkit now side by side. Bauer on the high side looks like he might be looking to help Mike Whitaker. Still plenty of racing left in this one as we're working lap 43 of 134. As Paskowitz and Bauer go side by side again, Whitaker way up high, giving plenty of room to that low line. Looking to get a good arc into 3, trying to save some tires. Looks like he might be looking to see if he could double stint as Paskowitz and Bauer bang wheels going through the tri-oval. Almost bang wheels again going into turn number 1. And Zerkit gets by Whitaker, or Whitaker, I should say, ducks in behind Zerkit. So Whitaker in 3rd, Zerkit in 2nd. As Bauer now has to deal with Isaiah Dupree. The high side is not coming in yet, but they are definitely trying to work it in. And you're looking at about a 10-car breakaway right now. And Tyler Vickery, the last car in that freight train. And then you're almost a full second back to Chris Hamilton in 12th. So 11 cars in this breakaway. And Bauer hanging tough on the high side, but he's taking the long way around, and that's something that might pay dividends later on when the tires start to wear, as we are getting ready to see a round of green flag stops, ladies and gentlemen. 21 laps for most of our lead pack right now on their current stint, as Bauer definitely keeping it wound up on that high side. And that's why we are following him, because he's able to make it work. He's dropped back a little bit. Now he's starting to make it up as the tires start to wear in. Fuel starts to burn off. The cars are going to get a little skatey on that low side, especially if these guys are flirting with it. And Whitaker eats it. No caution. And Whitaker just caught the apron. We saw that earlier. Let's go to a chase cam on that one and see what did take place. Looks like no contact, just pancakes the side of that tie-dyed number 707. So I said we were seeing green flag stops coming up. I don't think Whitaker wanted to do it quite this early. And it's the 31, I believe that was Jason Coburn. Yes, Jason Coburn giving the leaders plenty of room on the high side. Whitaker, Zerkit, Bauer, Paskowitz, and Dupree, your top 5 right now. And the whole field is right there. Everybody running single file, just trying to turn laps. Going to see how these pit stops shake out in a couple laps here, though. This is going to be a good indication as to who's got what.
153.
No. I'm getting big runs. Looks like I'm going to get ran over.
As we go to some of the in-race chatter.
So I'm just chilling here.
Yeah, I am too. I'm only moving around just so I can see. I'm not trying to pass.
Go for it.
Yellow flag is out.
And the yellow flag comes out. Let's see what took place there. Looks like maybe Greg Napier? Yep, it was Greg. What the heck happened? As we see Greg hauling off through the tri-oval, going into turn number 1. Not sure what the heck happened there. Let's go to TV2 and see if that gives us any better of a view. Seth Rawls lost it coming through the tri-oval. Greg taking evasive action to try to miss him and just eats the wall. So waiting to see if how Nate Dean's going to call that one. As looks like Chris Bouchard staying out to lead a lap. That's going to trap Sam Cooper Bennett a lap down. Terry Adams a lap down. It's like Tom Chisholm's getting trapped a lap down because of that one. So let's see who wins the race off pit road. Parkman again winning the race off pit road. Ray Zirkit, I think, only took fuel. So looks like maybe a couple cars only took fuel with 5.2 second stops. So Bouchard looking to just get that bonus point for leading a lap. Adams coming in now. Looks like Chisholm coming in. That's going to hand the lead of the race back over to Parkman. Parkman, Zirkit, Bauer, Paskowicz, Dupree, Graff, Sparks, Tristan Anderson, Dylan Lucas, and Mike the Iceman Erder up in 10th. So good to see the... again, I hesitate to call him a rookie, but it's kind of semantics because that's what he is. So, currently working lap 55 of 134. Give you your rookie count right now. Tristan Anderson currently sitting... So, looks like one to go this time. So, Parkman going to show the way as the field works its way down the back straightaway. Pace car getting ready to duck on off. I do apologize for the silence, ladies and gentlemen. Just asking questions. Was able to get a hold of league owner Alex Green in text, just asking him a couple of questions that I had, and he was kind enough to respond on date night with the missus. Green light or green flag comes back out. Parkman pulls the trigger. Zerkit goes with him. Bauer to the inside of Zerkit. Here comes Paskowicz on the high side as well. Zerkit gets the clear. Paskowicz still given plenty of room, plenty of respect between Paskowicz and Bauer. Those guys run with each other. This is their third season running together. So plenty of respect there between the Phenomenal Motorsports driver and the Team Booz Brothers driver as Paskowicz jumps in between Bauer and Isaiah Dupree, currently slotted into fourth. Bauer and Zerkit now set their sights on trying to reel in Parkman. Parkman has led all but a couple of laps so far, and that's only because cars have stayed out under caution. Working, it's going to be lap 59 of 134 this time across the stripe. You see Parkman, Zerkit, Bauer, Paskowicz, and Isaiah Dupree rounding out your top five. Tyler Graff, Forrest Sparks, Dylan Lucas, Leandro Morea, I hope I'm saying that right, and Tristan Anderson all within striking distance, though. Looks like these guys are just content to ride a little bit. As we see the rookie making some moves right now. Not sure he's interested in playing the long game yet. This lead pack is starting to put some distance between themselves and Tristan Anderson. Field starting to fan out towards the back of the pack as we are currently watching. This is the battle for ninth. As we see Anderson get shuffled down onto the apron, looks like it's Tyler Graff there going to the high side. That's Jason Coburn, I believe, on the very high side. Nope, that's not Coburn. Not sure who that is then. It's got to be Brendan Graham. Yes, it is. That was Graham getting shuffled back on the high side. As Morea gets just freight trained on the high side right now. Forrest Sparks taking evasive action, just trying to stay off of everybody. Lucas looking to go to the high side, thinks better of it, gives Morea a slot to get in, get back in line. And Sam Cooper Bennett coming out of the pits again, and looks like somebody has crashed. Who is that going very, very, very slowly? Tom Chisholm has eaten the wall a second time. Working lap 66 of 134. Parkman still leads. Zerkit, Bauer, Paskowicz, and Dupree still hold down the top five spots. Dupree running with a new team this year, was NLR, now currently, bear with me a second. Turn 3 Racing. As we see Bauer blink going into 3. Paskowitz defending right now against Isaiah Dupree, your season 1 DW12 Triple Crown winner. I want to make sure I got that right. He's got season 2 champion Tyler Graff right behind him. So a lot of the usual suspects sitting up at the front of this field right now. Parkman, Zerkett, Bauer, Paskowitz, Dupree, Graff, Forrest Sparks, and then you have the rookie Morea, then Dylan Lucas and Tristan Anderson rounding out your top 10. So a handful of rookies still in the top 10, but the usual suspects up at the front of the field right now, showing why we call them the usual suspects. And Parkman showing why he is the winningest driver in ISL history, as it looks like David Llewellyn just hit the wall again. No, that was Chris Hamilton. So turn 2 becoming Calamity Corner, the exit of 2 anyways. Guys catching that apron and just eating the inside safer barrier. And that was season 1 champion Cody Eldred doing the same thing. Let's see if Cody had some help. Nope, just lost it. Gets it locked down to avoid bringing out a caution, so good on you, Cody, on there. So right now the battle is, as we go back live, where did Gary Bauer go? Gary Bauer just did the same thing. Let's watch this again, coming through the 1-2 complex. Bauer catches the apron and just around she went. Oh, heartbreaker. Heartbreaker for Gary Bauer. I looked back up and Paskowitz was up in third. I'm like, where did Bauer go? Well, that's where Bauer went. So Parkman, Zerkett, Paskowitz, Dupree, and Graff, your top 5 now. As the low line continues to seem to be where the racing's going to happen. Unfortunately, the way around a 1.5 mile track seems to be that low line. As Cody Eldred getting the car fixed, coming back out of the pits. Going to lose a couple laps there. Parkman continues to show the way as we are getting ready for another round of green flag stops. Or I should say a round of green flag stops. We haven't seen them yet. As Parkman continues to show the way in the Monster Energy number 20, Ray Zerkett in the currently unsponsored number 43 sits second. Kevin Paskowitz in the PH Aware, the mighty number, what the hell is he this week? 12. And Sam Cooper Bennett eats the wall coming off of 2 for a second time. Tough break for Bennett right now. However, I do have to give all these drivers who are having issues coming off of turn 2, I have to give everybody credit. Thank you for staying out of the racing line and making sure that we can stay green as much as possible. So thank you all for doing that. You guys are doing an awesome job as far as that goes. Still some heartbreakers going on right now. As Parkman continues to show the way, Tyler Graff having to contend with Forrest Sparks right now. That's your battle for 5th. As you see, there's Graff in the 77, Sparks behind him in the orange and brown. And who was that just went around? Dun, dun, dun. Tyler Graff bringing it pit side. Who was that went around, though? Josh Vincent. Gonna have to tow it looks like. Trying to stay out of the racing line. His cars are going to be trying to use the apron to get to the pits. That car is tweaked. He's driving it sideways, so that's never a good sign. So, green flag stops starting right now. Parkman continuing to show the way. You see the rookie Morea going to the apron. Vincent spins it again. Parkman, Zerkit, Paskowicz, Dupree, Lucas, Llewellyn, Mark Mitchell, Layla Wilson up into the top 10. Joe Morganti sitting 9th, and Chris Bouchard sitting in 10th. The question is,
yellow.
And there it is. There it is. That just caught a lot of cars a lap down. Let's see who that was. No, it was not him. Quentin Young. What happened there? So here he is coming through turn 2, going down the back straightaway. Looks like Terry Adams going to pit. Young keeping it on the high side. Young catches that looked like Seth Rawls and then just goes into a flat spin. Mike Whitaker catching a race car to the face. Let me find Whitaker. There's Whitaker. As we are going to go to, I believe we have a helmet cam with Mike. There you see Quentin Young on the inside. Seth Rawls just overcooks it, comes up on the track. Here you see Rawls right here. Looks like he's getting ready to go pit side. And just overcooks it. Who was that? So we're going to see if we can spot up to who that was that did spin in front of Rawls. Time to play Guess That Car, folks. No. Graham? Maybe? Let's find out who it was. Dylan Lucas. So let's see how many cars got caught a lap down there. Looks like quite a few. So with the leaders coming down pit road, Morea almost getting caught a lap down. Mike Erder almost getting caught a lap down. Tyler Graff, Tristan Anderson, Forrest Sparks, Creighton Carter. Last car's on the lead lap. So that's how that shakes out. So they are going to get the wave around, as is, looks like Cody Eldred in that mix, and Chris Hamilton in that mix as well. So Eldred 2 laps down, Hamilton 5 laps down, and they are going to get some positions back. Kevin Pasquich able to pick up a spot on pit road, able to beat Ray Zirkett off pit road. Parkman, of course, winning the battle, still in first place with a 31.8 from entry cone to exit cone. And there go the waiver rounds, and here comes the field foreman up to get back to live action, making sure we are live. Again, you are watching a presentation of... Where the hell are we? Here we are. The RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, your proud sponsor of the Indy Speedway League, is your attempt to hire and contract position leader in the Midwest in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let Bill know that the ISL sent you. So Parkman, Pasquich, Zirkett, Dupree, Llewellyn back up into the top 5, so good rebound for David. Mark Mitchell sitting 6th, Joe Morganti, Layla Wilson currently sitting 7th. Tyler Lugo Vickery sitting in 9th, and David Gervais sitting in 10th. As the field works its way through the 3-4 complex, pace car getting ready to duck on off. The field is in Parkman's hands yet again.
Green flag, green flag.
And Pasquich guesses right. Able to stay in front of Ray Zirkett. Pasquich just guessed right. Parkman went just a tick before him, so there was no jump start. Looks like Pasquich may have Parkman's timing down. That sounded healthy.
Yellow flag is out.
And Sam Cooper Bennett eats the turn 3 wall. The car never turned. Okay. Well then. We get to do it all over again. Working lap 87 of 134. And I believe Parkman has just clinched most laps led. So those of you who were with us at Daytona, you remember the heartbreaker Pasquich had running top 5, and had some help coming out of turn number 4 from Bob Lacavara. Just misjudged it, and this was Sunday night, mind you. Just misjudged it as Quentin Young gets a lap back. Let's see, where is Quentin? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Looks like that puts Young back on the lead lap, so 20 car is still on the lead lap. But Pasquich, with just a handful of laps to go, had a heartbreaker there. And that's one of the things that you can do at times, but you can't do at times in an Indy car in iRacing, is you can bump draft on occasion, but when you're going through a turn, coming out of a turn, not such a great idea. But let's see if he has anything from Parkman. As for Sparks, looks like he went down pit road, so fresh shoes and a little bit of fuel for Mr. Sparks. And that's going to put him behind Quentin Young, as the 71 of Creighton Carter looks like also went down pit road. These guys already playing the fuel strategy game. Pacing as slowly as they possibly can and still maintaining pace speed. So definitely something to keep an eye on there, as You know, again, Erder went down pit road. Tristan Anderson went down pit road. Tyler Graff, Forrest Sparks, Creighton Carter, and the rookie Leandro Moraes all going down pit road to get some fresh shoes and some fresh tires. As we are going to be working lap 90 this time across the stripe. So Parkman, Paskowitz, Zerkit, Dupree, Llewellyn, Mark Mitchell, Joe Morganti, Layla Wilson, Tyler Lugo, Vickery, and Johnny Antonucci running out your top 10. It's good to see Johnny in the top 10 again. Johnny's one of those silent guys that he'll sneak up on you and just run away with it if you give him a chance to. Hell of a driver, just bad luck. If he doesn't end up on the podium, it means he's probably he's been caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. And for those of you who don't know what a dumpster fire is, that's when somebody else steps on their own junk and takes you with them. So, working lap 90 of 134. We'll be getting the green on lap 91. So 44 laps to go in this one. And I'm receiving confirmation Parkman has clinched most laps led currently in the event. Let's see if Paskowitz can get the same jump that he got last time. Just timed Parkman almost perfect. Pace car goes in.
Green flag, green flag.
A little bit of a stutter there. Zerkit gets a jump. Zerkit to the inside of Paskowitz. That's your battle for second right now. Isaiah Dupree changes lanes as soon as he gets to the other side of the start-finish line. Paskowitz just chops his nose off to get down low. Parkman, Zerkit, Paskowitz, Dupree, and Llewellyn, your top 5 right now. The usual suspects in the top 5. They've shown that they can catch him, but catching him is one thing, getting around him is another. What are they going to be able to do once they get back to Parkman using the draft? That's the big question right now, ladies and gentlemen. Parkman continuing to show the way. Paskowitz gets to the inside of Zerkit. Zerkit just getting hung out to dry as Isaiah Dupree's there as well. Zerkit is about to get freight trained. You can keep it wound up on the high side on older tires, but they've only got 11 laps, and most of those were under caution on the current set. As we are going to go back to Wilson right now, and she's got her hands full. It's Tyler Vickery in front of her, and let's see what happened. Looks like Ray Zerkit might have been involved. That's what it looks like. Ooh! Okay. What the hell happened there? Transmission tunnel glitch. And he takes a lot of cars with him. Josh Vincent. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Josh caught up in it. And that car is crabbing again. I think that might burn his last fast repair. We're about to find out as he's finally made it back to his pit stall. As we're watching the pit stop here, or what we can see of it, it's going to go a lap down because there goes Parkman in the pace car. Yep, that's probably going to be Vincent's last fast repair. And yeah, that's definitely not something you want to see. So it was just a lapse in judgment there on Zerkit's part. Trying to get down low. Didn't realize that the second pack had gone so far behind him. So Josh Vincent now 3 laps down. However, that does put Seth Rawls back on the lead lap. So Rawls getting the lucky dog puts 21 cars back on the lead lap. Next car in line to get a lucky dog is going to be Gary Bauer in the 27. So Gary's praying for another caution as we are currently working lap 97 of 134. And I must be missing something because few cars taken at pit side that time. Mitchell, Wilson, Graff, Antonucci, Sparks, Carter, Erder, and Gervais taken at pit side. Seth Rawls probably going to take a pit side this time as he got his lap back there. Gary Bauer going pit side. Cody Eldred going pit side. There goes Seth Rawls going pit side finally. And so we have not seen the money stop yet. As will be 35 laps to go this time. 36 laps to go this time across the stripe. So the cars cannot make it that far on a tank of fuel. And we saw this the last time we were here. It was who's going to pit when and for how much fuel. Is somebody going to try to gamble it with about 20-ish to go? Do you just run what you've got in the tank as far as it'll take you? What's your game plan? That's the big X factor right now. And the last time we were here, it was definitely an interesting finish as cars pitted early were already up to speed. Cars pitted really late, actually going bingo on fuel. And it was a scramble to the finish. So lights are out on the pace car. Parkman, Paskowitz, Dupree, Llewellyn, Morganti, Lugo, Vickery, Lucas, Bouchard, Graham, and Anderson, rounding out your top 10. So place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Vegas. So definitely going to be something to watch here. And for those of you who are interested in what you're seeing here tonight, want to know how you can get involved, just drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name, and we will pass it along to the admins and try to get you added to the Thursday night Icebreaker series that we do ask all new drivers to go through, normally to just show that you know how to handle yourself on an oval without killing everybody on a semi-regular basis. Pace car getting ready to duck on in as they work through the 3-4 complex. Parkman showing the way. And there goes the pace car. The field is in Parkman's hands. Let's see if Pasquich can get a jump again.
Green, green, green.
There we go. Pasquich gets the jump. Immediately jumps down in front of Isaiah Dupree. Throws the block. And Dupree's got to deal with David Llewellyn right now. Llewellyn having that problem earlier, working his way back up into 4th, and you know he's going to want more. I think if these three guys work together, they might be able to have something for Parkman. As we are currently 34 to go. And again, catching him is one thing, getting by him is a completely different one, and it's going to take all three of them working together to get by Parkman. And Joe Morganti, owner of the Lugnuts Hub, currently sitting in 5th, so good to see Joe having a good run too. Joe's another one of those drivers that if it wasn't for bad luck, Joe wouldn't have much luck at all. He's usually caught up in someone else's dumpster fire, much like we mentioned with Johnny Antonucci earlier. Llewellyn hanging tough on the high side right next to Isaiah Dupree. Gets a run coming off of 2. Gets up next to Pasquich, and Pasquich with the low line. Isaiah Dupree with the low line. Pulls up back next to Llewellyn. Llewellyn able to keep it wound up on the high side. Tires getting ready to wear out now. They got about 21 laps on these skins currently. And we are going to be 30 to go this time across the stripe. So I think these guys are going to run this tank about as far as they could possibly run it. And then fill up and do it again. Again, we have not seen the money stop yet. And Chris Bouchard making his way up into the top 5. Got Dylan Lucas in tow. Joe Morganti right in the hunt right there, though. Llewellyn making that high side work, though. You got to give Llewellyn credit. And Parkman goes pit side. That's going to hand the lead over to Pasquich. As we are just barely within the window. It's going to be touch and go from here, and it's going to be whoever can get the cleanest pit stop on and off pit road, hitting their marks in the pit box. That's going to be the deciding factor from here. Pasquich, Dupree, Llewellyn, Bouchard, and Lucas, your top 5. And Llewellyn still hanging tough on that high side. You got to give the driver of that number 11 DHL Express, IR05, a lot of credit for making that work. 26 laps onto this fuel stint. Closing in on, we are currently going to be 25 to go next time across the stripe. So just within the window of what these guys can make. As Dupree goes pit side. Pasquich stays out. Llewellyn now has a clean shot at the low line. Going to use the draft, try to get up to side by side with Pasquich. Pasquich and Llewellyn are starting to gap Bouchard. Quentin Young going pit side. Paskowicz stays out again. He's going to run this tank just about to bingo, I think. He's got to be almost there now. They're currently working lap 28 on this current fuel run. Paskowicz stays out again. Bouchard within striking distance now. Llewellyn still hanging tough on the high side. Oh, this is really getting interesting now. Lap 113 of 134, Paskowicz on 30 laps on this fuel stint. All of these guys have got to be close to bingo. Seth Rawls taking it pit side. Ronnie Osmer and David Gervais eat the turn 2 wall. They stay off the racing line. We stay green. 20 to go. And Bouchard and Llewellyn looked like they may have touched coming through 1 and 2. Lucas going pit side. Paskowicz has got to be ready to come in just about any lap now. He's 32 laps into this fuel stint. Bouchard 31 laps in. Morganti 33 laps in. Llewellyn 32. These guys have got to be almost out of fuel, almost on fumes. Paskowicz still showing the way. Not dropping down onto the apron yet. This is going to be 34 laps this time across the stripe for Paskowicz on this tank of fuel. As Llewellyn and Bouchard right there with him. Almost the entirety of your top 5 currently on 30-plus laps on this fuel stint. Are they? No, they're not. They're staying out. Nobody wanting to blink first. They're going to take this as far as they possibly can. Still cranking off 25 4s for lap times. And now they come pit side. Bouchard stays out. Paskowicz in. Llewellyn in. I can't see who that other car is. Morganti in. Bouchard takes over the lead as he puts a lap on the 19. I have no idea who that is. I don't even have a 19 listed. David Gervais, that's who it is. So currently sitting in 24th, now a lap down. 4 laps down, I apologize. So these guys have lapped all the way up to 7th place Gianni Antonucci, who now goes pit side. Bouchard staying out still. There goes the rookie, Leandro Morea. And he spins it. Bouchard spins it. Comes back up on the racing line. And we stay green. We stay green. Paskowicz comes out in 9th. Erder now with the point. Erder and Mitchell 24 laps into their run. Are they going to be able to stretch it the entire distance? 15 laps to go. Make that 14 laps to go. currently 25 and 26 laps into their stint. Layla Wilson, 3.5 seconds back, currently sits in third. Seth Rawls, another 3 seconds off of her, sits in fourth. Parkman, 1 lap down. They have lapped to fifth. And Parkman is in the catbird seat. Berger in the gray Pennzoil Platinum car. Mark Mitchell in the Penske yellow and white 42. And that is David Gervais in the 19 in front of them, a couple laps down. Layla Wilson's on fuel conservation mode. Layla Wilson is saving fuel. She's right now behind Chris Bouchard, trying to draft with him as much as possible. She is trying to play the game. 10 laps to go. She's 29 laps into a fuel stint. This is getting exciting. Wilson with Bouchard in front of her, trying to save as much as she can, and we watched Erder go pit side. Mark Mitchell now has the point all by himself. Got the 19 in front of him, not close enough to really save a lot of fuel at this point. A little late on that. Wilson coming pit side. We're going to be 7 laps to go this time across the stripe. Mitchell showing the way. Wilson needs the stop of her life right now. Going to short pit it. Is she going to take tires? That's the question. The car does not go up on the jacks. Wilson, fuel only.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, what just happened? Seth Rawls ate the wall. Seth Rawls trying to play hero coming out of the pits. Just finished his stop. That was his money stop. Clears the cone, drops the hammer, and loops it. And cannot keep it locked down. Comes back up and just touches the racing line. Oh, now the games begin. And guess what, folks? Look who's leading. Not sure why that just gave him a wave around. So this is going to shake the field up. So Parkman, 22 laps into his stint. We're going to have about a 3-lap shootout when we go back to green. It's Parkman, Quentin Young, Brendan Graham, Isaiah Dupree, Creighton Carter, Tristan Anderson, Mike Erder, Joe Morganti, Forrest Sparks, and Dylan Lucas. That's your top 10. With the pit stops shuffled out, Layla Wilson may have taken too much fuel. 6.3 seconds on her stop. However, stop of the race, Forrest Sparks, from entry cone to exit cone, 30.5 seconds. So Forrest Sparks currently running top 10 right now. You see him at the tail end of the picture there. And I'm being told Kevin Paskowicz caught speeding. So tough break for KP tonight. But Parkman showing the way. Ronnie Osmer, let's see, who's going to get the wave around? A whole bunch of cars are getting the wave around. Chris Bouchard, Mark Mitchell, Layla Wilson in that group. Seth Rawls, Tyler Lugo Vickery. I see Ronnie Osmer in line to get a wave around. Osmer currently 3 laps down in 25th. Terry Adams in line to get a wave around. Actually, all of Evolution Motorsports in line to get a wave around right now. So Vickery, Rawls, and Osmer all in line to get wave arounds. Let's make sure we're live. Are we live? We're live. So I'm not sure what is going on as far as who's supposed to be leading this mess. Last I knew, Parkman was a lap down. The good news is the competition committee is going to have 2 weeks to sort this one out. And considering that our next race is not going to, we're going to be taking this coming Sunday off because of the Labor Day holiday over in North America. And then we are also going to be taking week 13 off, which is the following week, because all sorts of shenaniganry happens on Tuesday nights when iRacing releases new content. And for those of you who are unaware, and those of you who are dirt fans and have been chomping at the bit for a dirt modified of any sort to come out, they are releasing the dirt car UMP style modified. So personally, I'm a fan of the Northeast style dirt modifieds, which look like basically a sprint car and a modified had a baby. Whereas the UMPs are kind of like a late model without front fenders. It's simplistic. I know it's not 100% correct. Sorry for not being sorry. But that's coming out, as well as Lanier Dirt, which a 3/8 mile dirt track is something that everybody's been begging for since the dirt content first got announced. And there's a whole slew of other new things that are coming out, which are sure to wreak havoc with the servers. So we are taking next week off. We are taking week 13 off because of that. So we will be back in 3 weeks, roughly. As the lights go out on the pace car, again, the competition committee is going to have to sort this one out and look at the replay and see who was supposed to be where, because I saw Parkman get waved around and I don't know if he was supposed to, and all sorts of other happy. Brendan Graham right now with a big whack on the left side pod of that car. How he's sitting in third, I have no idea. But the lights are out on the pace car as the tail end of the field's starting to catch up. Quentin Young, if he's going to have any shot, is going to have to time Parkman just right. He's going to have to time him perfect, because we are going to get a green-white checker. Actually, we are going to get the green and white together. 1 lap to get it done. Just 1 lap to get it done. Here it goes. Pace car getting ready to duck on in. What's Parkman going to do? Holds the field down a little bit.
Green, green, green.
Drops the hammer. Young goes with him. Here comes Graham on the inside. That's your battle for second. Parkman is starting to check out. the rookie to the inside of Young. Young drops in between him, tries to drop in between him and Isaiah Dupree. Not quite enough room. Dupree gives him room. Discretion being the better part of valor. Dupree looking to just get a good points finish tonight. As we've got cars on the apron, competition committee is going to need to discuss that one. Parkman coming home with the win. Brendan Graham hanging on for second. Quentin Young for third. Isaiah Dupree fourth. Creighton Carter fifth. Tristan Anderson sixth. Mike Erder in seventh. David Llewellyn coming back for ninth. Dylan Lucas in 10th. And Forrest Sparks hanging on for a top 10. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, it is the same Forrest Sparks that broadcasts our Icebreaker Pro Mazda Series races on Thursday nights. So good to see Forrest come home with the top 10. As we're going to watch Chris Parkman do a burnout, we're going to check to see if he is up in the TeamSpeak rooms. And no. Not there. Don't see him there. Wouldn't be in there. He's no fan of that team, so no. We don't see Parkman in here. So the first one we're going to bring down into the broadcast booth. So Chris Parkman not in TeamSpeak. So the first one we're going to be bringing in is the rookie for Phenomenal Motorsports, driving the PH Aware, the mighty number 32, with a big ding in the left side pod. Brendan Graham coming home in second. Brendan, talk us through that last restart.
Oh, that was not fun. I drove it on the gearbox, and as soon as we got into one, it felt like the car was going to go into the wall the entire way around. So glad it was one lap and not 3 or 4.
True story, but you were definitely in the shark pool there. Chris Parkman, the winningest driver in ISL league history. Quentin Young, who was en route to make an attempt at winning the Triple Crown Challenge last year. Isaiah Dupree, who won the DW12 Triple Crown Challenge. Creighton Carter, who has won a handful of races in the league. Tristan Anderson, who is a rookie by semantics only as far as the ISL goes. Were you nervous at all on that last restart?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's I calmed my nerves talking to Sam there during the caution flag, and he helped me out a little bit there at the end of that. So I think the nerves were gone, and I just knew what I had to do.
Well, Brendan, it was definitely fun to watch you run all night. You stayed pretty clean for the most part. A couple minor oopses happening, but coming home with the podium finish, only your second race in the big cars, and I believe you had a top 5 last week.
I didn't run last week. I had a top 10.
That was Daytona.
Yep.
Sunday. You're right.
Sunday.
So missing last week, but coming back Sunday with a top 10 and then a podium tonight. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the part-time driver for Team Phenomenal, aren't you?
I am. So I don't have to worry about the points. It's all about winning.
Yeah, we may need to have a team meeting about that one. But congratulations on the podium, bud. And of course, you mentioned your Phenomenal Motorsports teammates helped talking you through the finish there, because you were definitely in the shark pool on that restart.
Yeah, I want to thank all of them for bringing me on at the time and helping me out through these last 2 races, and comfortable in it, and getting 2 top 10s. Can't beat that.
Absolutely. So we'll let you get back up into the where the hell is the Phenomenal booth? Where'd it go? It's gone. They ate it. Looks like everybody is up in main gate, so we'll put you back up there with them. Congratulations, and we'll see you in a couple weeks back here in the DW12s, I hope.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, so Brendan Graham coming home with the victory.
User was moved
We
to
now
your
bring Quentin Young into the broadcast booth, coming home with the podium finish. Quentin, you tried it on the start, and just the high line was not working at all tonight.
No, it wasn't. I was trying up there real hard. It felt like to be good on the top, you needed help, and just nobody wanted to try and work on the top tonight.
You either needed help or you needed to be at the tail end of a fuel run, from what it looked like.
Yeah, it's just everybody would rather run single file than try to move up. I tried. You could still hold it up there for a lap, but without draft, you were just dropping to the back. There was nothing you could do about it.
Well, still, a podium finish at Vegas, definitely not something to turn your nose up at, but I know you would have liked to, had a victory and punching your ticket this early in the season to the chase, but definitely sending a message to the rest of the league that you're going to be somebody to reckon with again this season in the IR05s.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about not punching my ticket tonight because I know Watkins Glen's coming up in a few weeks, and that's a race I did real well in last year, so I'm not too upset about not making it through tonight. The Watkins Glen's gonna be a track where I shouldn't have much of an issue.
Well, that is your home track, so
yeah, true. But I'm not at all upset with third, especially coming from a lap down twice after getting caught up in people's crashes, and just overall good night. Wish I could have had a chance to fight for a win, but from where I was for the majority of the race, I'll take it.
Absolutely. So we'll let you get back up into the post-race drivers meeting, and we'll see you in a couple weeks back here in the GW12s, we hope.
Yep, see you soon.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, so still looking to see if Parkman, there he is. Better late than pregnant. And as we were just saying, better late than pregnant getting into TeamSpeak. Tonight's winner, Chris the Punisher Parkman, showing the field exactly why you are the winningest driver in ISL League history.
Thank you. It's great to be back. Everything worked out great for me tonight.
Well, walk us through the last round of pit stops, the money stop, if you will. What was really going through your head there when you were arm deep into the battle right there, and you just peeled off. You were the first one to actually peel off and go down pit road with only a handful of laps to go.
Yeah, the first thing is I was worried about getting run over, so there was that. Not speed.
Which almost did happen, I might add.
Yeah, people trying to cut it close to make up time going to pits, and you always have to look in your rear view to make sure nobody tries to run into you.
No, I mean by the cars that you were running near. The Pasquich and Llewellyn almost both clobbered you as you peeled off.
Yeah, not much room there.
Not much room, but I would like to point out, do you happen to have a guess at how many laps you led? Have you looked yet?
No, I know I led more than half the laps.
111 of 134 laps.
Yeah, it was tough to pass on the outside, and all those cautions has contributed to that.
So 0 incident points as well, which is in a race that we saw tonight, to have 0 incident points, lead the most laps, and come home with the victory. What else can I say but en fuego?
Yeah, it seemed the safest place to be in the race was being out front, leading.
Being out front leading and being on that low side, because we did see, a lot of guys tried to get that high side to work, but the only time it started to actually come in is right towards the end of the fuel run. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the car started to get just a little bit twitchy on the low side when you started to get close to bingo fuel on old tires.
For me, not really. Just the biggest challenge being on the SI was that white line, because if you touch it, that's instant death.
As we saw a lot of cars end their night poorly as they caught the apron on the exit of turn 2. I want to say that the number was north of 10 of cars that ate that inside barrier on the backstretch.
Yeah, I saw a lot of cars head towards the wall in my rear view.
But to their credit, everybody kept it locked down, and we stayed green. So good on everybody for being able to have some heads-up driving and make sure that we stayed green as long as possible after a couple of hiccups at the start.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Chris, you got your ticket punched to this season's chase already, and then we've got a couple of off weeks, and then we're back here in the DW12s. So what do you plan on doing with your couple of weeks off here?
I'm not too sure exactly. I'll figure something out.
Are you excited for the dirt content?
I am. I haven't done much dirt racing, but I do love it.
Fair enough. But we will see you Thursday night in the Icebreaker Pro Mazda Series. I don't have the schedule in front of me yet, but we would love to see you back in the Paskey's Race of Champions Modified Tour. I know you don't have much seat time in the open wheel pavement modifieds, but from what I saw, you were catching on pretty quick with those.
Yeah, I tend to learn as I go. It's definitely fun.
All right, so we will see you Thursday night. Congratulations again on the win and punching your ticket to this season's chase. Hopefully, what took place at the end of the last season, that with the personal issues that you had to step away, that hopefully that won't happen again, and you'll be able to actually run for the championship this time.
Yeah, it's not certain right now if I can run the full season, but as long as I can, I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, as long as you keep stinking up the show like you did tonight.
Yeah, see what I can do.
All right, Chris. We'll let you get back up to the post-race drivers meeting. Congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
So 134 laps, 9 cautions for 37 laps, 7 lead changes. Again, we mentioned Parkman leading 111 laps, getting the bonus point for clean race. Isaiah Dupree getting a bonus point for a clean race. Tristan Anderson going clean. Forrest Sparks, Joe Morganti, and it looks like that's it. Oh, John Napier. John Napier also going clean. So good on you guys for that. Let me just double check qualifying here. 32 cars taking time, so Creighton Carter getting the Hard Charger Award tonight, going from 26th to 5th. Brendan Graham not taking time in qualifying, going from 39th to 2nd. Brandon going to have to at least turn a lap in qualifying to be eligible for that next time, bud. But congratulations to Creighton for that one. And Layla Wilson, the young lady out of Orange County, California, throwing down the fast lap of the event, 25:2:42, unofficial track record. Top 20 finish, which is definitely improvement over what happened at Daytona. She got caught up in some incidences early. Came back from, I believe, 2 laps down at one point. So, fast lap of the race going to Wilson, so good on you, Layla. Not 100% certain what the team points are going to shake out to here. I believe it's Team NLR again. Creighton Carter and Isaiah Dupree. Yes. Isaiah Dupree and Creighton Carter with a 4 or 5 finish, being the top team of the night again. So definitely something to keep an eye on with the team points. Again, if you want information on how you can get involved here in the ISL, you can go ahead and just drop a comment below and just put your iRacing screen name there. Again, Sunday nights DW12s, Tuesday nights IR05s. We do ask that all new drivers go through the Thursday night Pro Mazda Icebreaker Series, which runs some of the same tracks, not all of them. A lot of shorter tracks to try to get everybody used to close wheel-to-wheel competition without killing each other. But and then we also have the Paskey Sports Race of Champions SK Modified Tour, which takes place on Thursday nights as well. So if you're interested in any of those, just drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name, and we'll make sure that the admins of the series that you're interested in get in touch with you, and we'll give you the information on how to do that. You have been watching a presentation of the RobertsTechJobs.com Indy Speedway League. RobertsTechJobs.com, your Midwest leader in temp to hire and contract positions in the IT field for IT professionals. So if you are an IT professional in the Midwest, or if you're looking to relocate, go to RobertsTechJobs.com and be sure to let them know that the ISL sent you. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for the DW12 version of this. I'm sorry, 3 weeks, because we're taking this coming week off, we're taking the following week off, then we're taking the following Tuesday off, and then we'll be back here that following Sunday. So basically 3 weeks. And we will be back here for the DW12 version of Vegas. So for Nate Dean in race control, this is Tony Trapasso saying we will see you then, and enjoy your holiday, stay safe, and keep it dirty side down.